Raw, SmackDown, main event, and NXT, and also when I have a caller in helping me out with Boudreaux. Hello, Billy.
Hey, Mark, how you doing?
How you doing, Billy? Thanks for calling in. Help me out.
Oh, no problem, man. And you know what? I'm not here by myself here through Skype. Mark, I'd like to introduce you to the hardcore host of Hardcore Wrestling Radio on YouTube.
Awesome.
I'd like to present to you Rick Head. Rick, this is me and Mark Trahan of Sports Entertainment tonight. Mark, how are we doing tonight?
Real good, real good. How about y'all?
We're hanging in there. We're hanging in there.
Great. We're here to talk about wrestling, WWE, maybe TNA, maybe, Ring of Honor, but we'll see, what you guys are interested in talking about in sports entertainment world, wrestling-wise.
Well, Rick, I think there was a huge story that broke out that happened right at the end of Monday Night Raw. Monday night involving Justin Roberts and Michael Cole. You know, I heard about the rumor about how, Justin Roberts has been released from the WWE and how Justin Roberts was rumored to have flipped off Michael Cole. Now, a lot of people are suggesting that that is the reason why Roberts was released, and that is by no way at all the truth. Roberts has been coming close. He's been on the chopping block for some time now, and that's because of the WWE's financials for over the past a couple of months. So his contract was up, and the WWE just chose not to re-sign him. So that's all it was. He was well-liked in the back. Yeah. And the flipping off thing, I don't know about that. There's been no confirmation behind that. So I think that's just the rumor mill going crazy.
Would you have done that?
Well, no, I don't see why not. Yeah. You mean when I've flipped off Michael Cole, when I've gotten rid of Justin?
Flipped off Michael Cole.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the Hardcore Wrestling Radio, I would have done a lot more. We drop a lot of F-bombs over there, but I know I can't because I'm on
we can't. We on an AOC. We on a local channel,
Mark, let me ask you this question. We saw on Monday Night Raw they actually had the no-holds-barred contract on a pole match between Ambrose and Cena on Raw instead of having it at Hell in the Cell. Why do you believe, Mark, that they decided to move that matchup to that Monday Night Raw instead of having it at Hell in the Cell?
I guess maybe the ratings and more viewers, and I guess they wanted to not plan until, the end of the month, I guess they're booking,
Yeah, definitely.
I think so.
It was a topic of discussion I had on WTS TV not too long ago because when I saw that immediately when they made the announcement on Monday Night Raw, I instantly thought swerve, that there was going to be a swerve, that we're going to beat them both up, we weren't even going to have the match. But I was actually surprised to see them actually go through with this match.
Yeah, and now they can't really do anything no holds barred, no blood, no, I don't know, it's a weird, I guess when Roman Reigns is out, and I guess Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose is not going to feud anymore, it's kind of they're trying to mix it up. That's what I think.
Let me ask you this then, Mark. What do you think about this sudden rise in popularity for Damien Mizdow? I mean, we've seen a following starting to grow, as of late, and there are a lot of people who are even saying, I think even Mick Foley, Rick Head will back me up on this one, said that Damien Mizdow is better at being Miz than Miz is.
Yeah, but I think, what's Damien Sandow's real name? Aaron Harbor, or I forgot his last name, starts with an H.
To that extent.
But he was in OVW for a very long time. I'm really happy for him because he kind of changed his character up, and he's an awesome technical wrestler. I think he really deserves, the push and stuff. I could see him as an Intercontinental Champion or U.S. Champion, even World Champion, if he tried. But he's been until before they had NXT for a very long time. I think he deserves, this kind of
Rick, what do you think about Rick Head? What do you think about this rise in popularity for Damien Mizdow?
I think it's well deserved. Over the past year, he has really gotten the wrong end of the stick, so to speak.
Yeah.
He's been playing all these different characters. Each and every week, he's been this guy, he's been that guy, and he's just been really looking like a clown. And it looked like he's been beaten like the redheaded stepchild. And it's just, I think it's about time that he finally, when he came out as the Mizdow, he was. I really thought, like, wow, how bad could it get? But now the fans have really taken to it for a change, and they're saying, hey, look, we like, Mizdow. And, once the fans start to like something, it works.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I said, like he kind of deserves it. He was in OVW Elemental for very so long, maybe about like 7 or 8 years, or 6, I guess. And I think he deserves it really well. But do you think they should stay at the tag team division? It's not really tag teams. Do you think they should stay tag teams and maybe do a little thing with the tag team division more?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Harking back to both me and Rick, we grew up through wrestling in the 80s and the 90s, the 2000s, all through the eras.
That's like the best time for tag teams.
And one thing that I personally miss in wrestling today is an actual in-depth tag team division. And we really don't have that anymore. I mean, look what we have right now on the main roster. We have the Usos, Golden Stardust, Rowan and Harper. WWE decides to work that angle correctly.
Yeah.
They need to, if you think about it.
They had Curtis Axel and Ryback, but Ryback's kind of hurt, and I don't know if they're going to have that again either.
And Slater Gator's pretty much a joke tag team, if you think about it. I mean, I feel bad for Hornswoggle. The only time you can get on TV is by putting on a Gator outfit. I mean, how sad is your career when that's the only time you can get?
Yeah, he's gonna be the leprechaun though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the session's supposed to come. They're breaking up one of the best tag teams. They're breaking up Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. I think that's really, ignorant to do. They pretty much. But I guess Vince McMahon has an idea. He wants to do it. But I think they shouldn't have broke up. They just became like still a tag team, maybe a babyface tag team or State of Hill tag team for a little while. But I guess they wanted to change it.
Speaking of the Wyatt family, though, Mark. The current direction the gimmick is going now. I mean, for the past 2 weeks on Monday Night Raw, we saw like these weird cryptic kind of vignettes. We kind of interpreted the ones for Rowan and Harper as for them being, quote, set free from the Wyatt family. But now, we've seen these cryptic images, of something coming. And a lot of people think, there's one or two possibilities that it could be. It could either be an actual person to represent the Sister Abigail that we heard so much in the gimmick, or new members of the Wyatt family. And the number one name that people keep mentioning for that type of the angle would be the Ascension, Connor and Victor from NXT. And what are your thoughts about that?
It could be Abigail. Maybe it was one of the NXT divas. Maybe Alexa Bliss is looking for something, a lot of NXT divas. It could be Ascension, maybe, they're looking for a new, maybe, character or a gimmick, But you never know, they might go to. It's kind of like a flip, I think. The way.
Yeah, because currently, from what I've seen on NXT, the Ascension's working an angle against Hideo Itami, aka Prince Kenta, from Japan, and what I've seen also, believe it or not, Sho Funaki.
Yeah. Funaki
is still on NXT. He's evil indeed.
Yeah, come inside, Taka
Nishinoku.
Nishinoku. Yeah.
But I'm sorry about that. But yeah, it's very interesting to see where they're going to go next for that. Rick, what are your thoughts about the current direction of the Wyatt family gimmick?
I think it could be a really good fit. Yeah. Go on.
You know what? Again, I think we've talked about this several times, and with the Wyatts, what their next move is, it's really anybody's guess because there's so many different directions they can take. this different stable. I mean, like I said, they can bring in Sister Abigail. A lot of people are thinking they're going to bring in the Ascension as a team, and I don't see that. I see it coming in as a split. They're going to bring in one or the other members of the Ascension, and that team's going to split. Unfortunately, WWE really is not crazy about tag teams. So, and to bring in two people plus the original Hopper and Rowans, that's like 4 people in fitness. So you're going to just see one guy come in. That's just my thoughts.
Yeah, but they should, because tag team is still a product of wrestling. They should keep that and not get away from that. But I guess they think that it's just singles, but tag team is still an art in wrestling.
I agree with you, but you have to understand one thing: a lot of wrestlers, they want to be the top guy. If you've got to be a top guy, you can't bring your tag team partner with you if you're going to be WWE champion.
Yeah.
Every wrestler in the world wants that one thing:
Yeah,
to be the WWE world champion, not to be the tag team champion.
Yeah.
Very few do. It's a dying art. It's actually just a dead art.
Yeah, it is. But I guess guys, pretty much the only tag teams that the guys, you look at more, the Rockers, Marge and Eddie and Shawn Michaels and the Hart Foundation, most of the guys became, champions, and I think it's kind of a ladder to get up close to, to be world champion,
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that aspect. But speaking of that, I need to take you into this next direction. In the segment involving Big Show, Mark Henry, and Rusev, we saw it on Monday Night Raw. Mark Henry kind of got Big Show disqualified when he attacked Rusev when he had the accolade hold on the Big Show. And then next thing you know, we see Big Show and Rusev kind of corner Rusev on the outside, and Rusev ends up getting knocked out. And a lot of people are still speculating, Mark, that this could be the start, the further continuation of a heel turn for Mark Henry and his character. What do you think about that?
Maybe just, kind of diverse his character, or, make him a little bit, I guess, change it up, a style. I think that's pretty great, but I'd like to know how they're going to do it, A heel turn. Is he going like for Rusev, or he's going to turn his back on the USA? He's going back to the House of Pain more.
Rick, Mark brings up a pretty interesting thing there. Like just how would they turn Henry heel? I mean, would they have him side with Rusev in the gimmick and have him turn his back on America?
No, I don't think he's going to turn his back. If you looked at what happened on Raw, that's pretty much a sign of how things are going to happen. We're going to see the rematch, if I'm not mistaken. It's coming at the pay-per-view Hell in the Cell.
I think so.
Well, Mark Henry is going to walk in, and he's not going to. And this time, he's not going to just interrupt, but he's going to attack. The Big Show, and that's of course going to, give Rusev the win. So now Rusev is going to be undefeated.
Yeah. So
Rusev is going to be able to, take off, and Big Show is now going to. We're going to have a Big Show and Mark Henry feud. So I don't think he's going to side with Rusev. That makes no sense. The Hall of Pain, I can see that happening, but we're going to definitely see a Mark Henry, Big Show feud.
Yeah,
but it's just that simple.
But Billy,
Mark Henry, he needs to retire.
Yeah, it's been a while since '96 he was the WWE. Yeah, it's pretty.
I think I remember his very first in-ring match was
Jerry Lawler. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler.
Yeah. But another thing to bring up is, and now we have 2 good Hell in the Cell matches set, Mark, for the pay-per-view. We have Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and whenever these 2 get together, we've seen it in the past.
It's chemistry magic,
Oh yes, but I think that we could probably see for the Ambrose and Rollins inside Hell in the Cell, them taking it to the next level, and with them actually hooking up at Hell in the Cell, in my opinion, Mark, actually makes the pay-per-view worth watching.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess we can watch the network, this Sunday. Would you think they'll do good spots, or very good? You think they'll have any blood? You think, or?
I think we're going to see something insane. I mean, we've seen it time in and time out from what they've done in the past. And
Yeah.
I really think we're going to see something insane out of there. But how about this one for your other Hell in a Cell match? And I actually like the way that they played this out. Randy Orton on Monday Night Raw said, you know what, give me the loser of the contract on a pole match and make it a Hell in a Cell match. And now we have Randy Orton and John Cena. One thing I said just yesterday on my YouTube channel, Mark, is that I'm not upset about this match, because we've seen John Cena and Randy Orton pull out.
It's been from a Valley Wrestling, about Ohio Valley Wrestling. They've been, a lot of people pick on it. They've been to matches against each other like 10,000 times, but they have an awesome chemistry and feud. It's pretty much like a Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair kind of feud. Like, they hate each other so much in their characters on TV that it makes it still a good chemistry feud, I think, in my eyes.
Mark, Rick, I gotta agree with what Mark said. I mean, with Randy Orton and John Cena, they didn't seem to have a really good chemistry whenever they're in the ring together.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to third that one. A lot of people will probably gonna be like, "Oh my God, these two again?" Well, you know what? They always pull off great matches. Yeah, you know what? So what? But you never really know who's gonna win this one. You can probably pick off Cena this one because Cena's gonna need a victory. But hey, nonetheless, I still figure it's gonna be a great match. Nonetheless, it's certainly not gonna be a sleeper match. So.
It's a long rivalry, Like I said, it's like a Ric Flair, Dusty Rhodes, Harley Race and Terry Funk, or Terry Funk and Ric Flair kind of feud. It's kind of a feud like for the 21st century for us, I think.
How many of us still remember the I Quit match for the WWE Championship between Randy Orton and John Cena from several years ago?
Yeah.
I still remember it being a very brutal match.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of leaving quality that these two guys have whenever they're in the ring together, and that's one of the things I really enjoy out of it. Of course, a lot of Cena detractors out there were saying, "Oh, Cena's still the same. It's going to be bad," and this and that. But I'm still saying, you know what? Set your hate aside and just sit down and enjoy the overall quality of the match, because it will be a good match.
Yeah, but you think they have like any spots on top of the Hell in a Cell, or somebody goes? I know they can't do because of how it is now. They can't have they can't flip each other off the cage, anymore, or do spots with the cage that much. You think they're gonna go on top of the cell, maybe?
I think if anything, the matchup that would probably do it, because they're insane enough to do it, would be Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose.
Yeah. You think they won't stop? You think it's the last match of the feud, like they've been kind of do with feuds? You think it's the last of Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, Hell in a Cell, or you think it's?
This is definitely. I think this is the finale. I think this is what we're going to see finally on Meat Off, and also I would not be surprised if we see Brock Lesnar show up. Because don't forget, he did not hit, Seth Rollins did not hit Brock Lesnar with not one, but two curb stomps. So Brock Lesnar wants to answer that.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if he has an appearance.
Or when you think Seth Rollins will cash in, you think?
That's a good question. I'd like to see him cash in sooner than later, because I don't think Brock deserves to be champion, but that's just me. A lot of people think that Brock Lesnar should have the title and he earned the title, but guess what? I think if anybody should have the title right now, it should be Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, but he's hurt too. He might have to have the surgery on a real major surgery. He might not wrestle again, or he could be out for a long time. I think WWE were really upset about Daniel Bryan. They wanted him to come back because he was really a second, or he was the other guy they could count on, like John Cena, Randy Orton.
I actually have another question. What do you guys? We saw not the last week, but the week before, where The Rock got Triple H's face, and it looked like to me more of a teaser. What do you guys think about Rock and Triple H possibly fighting at WrestleMania?
Never happened. I don't think it never happened as a main event.
It was on. If you look back to the 15th anniversary of Friday Night SmackDown celebration we had this past Friday, they actually aired the segment. It was an after Raw segment where The Rock met up with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon in their office, and they kind of, started going back and forth about their past WrestleMania matches, and of course what happened with them on the very first episode of SmackDown. How Triple H, thanks to Shawn Michaels super kicking, The Rock was able to defeat The Rock, and they started talking about how they can main event WrestleManias and back and forth. And they would like to go.
Like I said,
and they said, Triple H said, you know what, you name it WrestleMania time and the place, and I'll be there to beat your butt. And I gotta say, if they do this at WrestleMania 31, which is highly unlikely because from the reports I've heard about Rock not wanting to take the chance to hurt his moneymaker or something to that extent, but if they really do go through with this, either at WrestleMania 32 or 33, I'd definitely watch it. Yeah,
me too. Another thing, it's it's pretty much a bank thing. It's a feud that's a rivalry that's pretty much one of those that's set in stone as one of the greatest. It's pretty much can put it like another, X mark in that kind of rivalry. I think it's a great deal, but like you said, like The Rock got hurt WrestleMania 29 against John Cena. I guess that he doesn't want to jeopardize his movie career. He would love to, but it would jeopardize his movie career.
And the feud harkens all the way back to the days of the Nation and D-Generation X. Those were the good
or before it too, and Rocky Maivia and Hunter Hearst Helms looking for the Intercontinental Championship. I think 97, 96, even before the Nation. Also, what about
he had a brief run. In fact, that was his very first title, was the Intercontinental title.
Yeah. Both of them too.
The title meant something.
Yeah, both of them too.
And oddly enough, who he defeated for that Intercontinental title? Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Yeah. We'll talk about. I'm a big gamer. What y'all think about WWE 2K15 with the DLC? Announcing DLC looks pretty good. I think.
It definitely does. It definitely does. WWE and 2K, they're always going all out for every year whenever they put out their latest installment of the WWE franchise. And I think one of the key things that's really going to sell, but a lot of people, I don't know if they can still license it, but I heard reports about, when they were in the making of WWE 2K15, that CM Punk was still under contract, and legally WWE can still use his license, his likeness, rather, in the game. And I wonder, Rick, if that would be a big selling point for the game, just for a lot of CM Punk's fans out there to play him in the WWE game.
A lot of CM Punk's fans are going to be running out and getting that just for that purpose, because it's going to be the last one. You know what? I don't have a lot of the new games, but one of the last games that I do have is SmackDown vs. Raw 2007.
Yeah, that was his first game he had with the WWE.
It was also the last game that has Chris Benoit.
Yeah. But other thing, like they had the Ultimate War rivalries, I think that's pretty cool. They're coming up with the WCW, like Bam Bam Bigelow, Fit Finlay, who else they have? NXT, they have like Honky Tonk Man's going to be a person, and they have the My Career mode. I don't have a PS4, but I don't know, but I would like to see like more legends in the games. Maybe next year to have
Ask you this: how big of a selling point is having Sting and the big likenesses of Sting in a WWE game?
Pretty big, and face scan, and two actually, having the Sting you can probably change to the Wolfpack Sting and the Surface Sting you grew up with in the 80s and 90s. I think it's pretty much a good selling point. I got my pre-order. I'm getting Sting and the two Stings. I don't know about the Hulk Hogan. They might have, you can buy them later on, but they said the PS3 and Xbox 360 you can get the Hulk Hogan the end of January, but I don't know for sure now. They're gonna have Paige. They have a rumor that they're gonna have the old Goldust costume.
You see Paige on that game? I saw the demo of Paige.
Yeah.
She looks nothing like herself. She looks like, holy Jesus Christ, they made her like 10 shades darker.
Yeah. I guess it was too quick. They have a rumor they might have Marlena.
Terry Runnels, I don't know. I don't know if they would really do with that. I mean, we haven't seen her in years in the WWE. I don't think she's even associated with the company anymore. So I don't know if they could use her likeness in a video game in
They
that
might,
aspect.
because they might be surprised because they have an Ultimate Warrior rivalry, and had a rival with Goldust is pretty big. But she has a good relationship with Dustin Runnels now. He might have talked to her about it. Maybe next year it might be a Marlena on the game.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Mark, how much time you got left here on your show this week?
29 seconds, but nice talking to y'all. Maybe next time, y'all can come call in to see. Nice for helping y'all. Thanks for helping
No problem.
me out. Yeah.
No problem.
All right, that's I'm Mark Trahan, prayer from Billy, and